Hi, I'm Renee Johnson, the Power Zone Coach, and today is lesson 6 in the 7 Stories, 7 Lessons initiative. Today I want to talk about the power of vulnerability in our life and our leadership. And I don't mean in a way that puts us in harm's way or makes us look weak and those type of elements. I mean that really inspires and influences others to take that leap, to leave their comfort zone as well. So the story I want to share is about a client, many like the clients I serve on a regular basis, who had done the foundational work to start stepping into becoming a Power Zone leader. He had got his values, his voice, his different elements to start shifting some of that thinking, that changing. He'd worked on a very strategic plan of how he was going to inspire change. We have his very solid vision with targeted, measurable KPIs and so forth. Anyway, we had tons of different strategies ready to go to roll out that he had actually initiated a few, but not to the full level that we were about to do this particular day in what I call a Play Bigger team meeting. This allows the leader to really step into their vision and invite the team to take part in the transformation process and become a change agent to implement this bigger vision. And this morning I was checking in with him before we got started and could sense some trepidation in him. And so I asked him, "What's wrong? How can I support you?" And he shared that he was very nervous. And in fact, he says, "I don't know if I want to do this, Renee." I said, "Why is that?" And he said, "I feel like the emperor with no clothes on." And he went on to proceed to tell me how he's feeling, that vulnerability piece of, will they accept me? Will they want to still work for me? What if they all leave because of things I'm going to ask of them? Will they still see me as a powerful leader and respect me? All these different thoughts were going through his head because it wasn't really about his team. It was more about himself and accepting who he was working to become and was ready to proclaim that. And it made him feel very exposed, right? And that, in a way, that's okay. That are signs that you're getting ready to step over that line into the next phase of your power zone. So I worked with him on that, reassured him that I had already talked to the team in different ways as I've been supporting them, and I knew that they were going to embrace this and just trust in himself. We proceeded into the meeting, went through our process, which is a lot of fun. We really have a lot of interactive fun with this. But there's a part in here where the leader gets to share their new voice, gets to share the vision and ask them to help champion this. And in doing that, acknowledging where he needs to grow, where he wants to be a bigger influence in making those changes happen. And when he did this team that I knew would rally behind him did exactly that. And there became this very open dialogue, this innovative dialogue even, as they started to develop ways to play bigger together and how to see it through. And they started sharing their thoughts, and some of them were, could we or not? And then discussing solutions and ideas. And it wasn't all going to happen in this one meeting. It was a start of it. But it wouldn't happen at all if he wasn't willing to step up and acknowledge where he was and where he wanted to grow to and encourage others to follow him. So being a powerful leader, what I call a Power Zone leader, requires vulnerability, right? Authentic voice. Who doesn't want to follow an authentic voice? In fact, nowadays consumers, when they look at products in business, their BS monitor is up. If you're not walking your talk, it's likely they're not going to want to walk alongside you, right? So learning how to be an influencer is what I'm trying to say in your leadership, requires going inward and being vulnerable. Vulnerable to let yourself embrace that powerful you and let that come forward in your life, your leadership, and in the areas that you influence. And watch how others will want to rally around you. And it's just a very honorable experience to go through with a leader. And I encourage you to think about where you can stretch, and grow. And I hope this story inspires you to do that. And I look forward to tomorrow. Is going to be my last story. And trying to be the leader I am and walking my talk, I'm going to share my most powerful and vulnerable story tomorrow. So I hope you'll tune in, and I look forward to continue to serve you. Thank you, Renee Johnson, the Power Zone Coach.